worked so hard. We're so proud of the group of people that we took from this church, hard workers, such great attitudes, just served as you would have expected them to, the way that we've been taught in this house. And we're just really proud of our team. We have some members who weren't able to be here tonight. We need to pray for David Chavis. He's not feeling well. He was part of our team. Haley Groans, of course, she lives in Raleigh, so she was not able to be here. And Jenny's niece, Teresa Hinton, she lives in Mississippi. Also pray for her because she got in a car accident on her way home. She's okay, but messed up her car pretty bad. So those were our team members as well as the ones that you see here. On this trip, as you all know, on our last presentation, we told you about the property that we were able to acquire. We're making payments on it. A beautiful property, and serves perfectly to house teams to come and to do missions projects in the community. So on this trip, we did some cleaning up around the property. We painted it. Guys did a construction project. You'll see a picture of that a little bit. And we did some VBS classes and distributed Bibles. Also, Alexandra's school, Christ the Cornerstone Academy, had given out coin folders, and they took up those coin folders and had enough money to buy new desks for the school, new desks for the teacher, and a dry erase board. So they were able to do all that. And I'll let Carlos tell you about the solar panels, but without, Christ the Cornerstone, and without you guys, I know God will provide the money, but I'm just glad He uses you. I'm glad that you guys believe in us enough to trust us with supporting all of our fundraising efforts. It's not easy to ask for money, in my case. I don't like to ask for money. So when we do our fundraisers and I see the same faces come to everyone, it just makes me feel so good that you trust me, with giving your money to our missions. And that's why we enjoy doing these presentations, so that you can see where that money is going, that it's being used for a good cause. We're going to let you hear from the rest of the team tonight. Each one is going to have something to say, and I hope you enjoy the presentation.
Good evening. Good evening. This was an awesome team that we went with. Everyone just worked so hard, and we had 3 young people on this team. And sometimes young people are easily distracted, but these young people were not. They worked so hard, and they kept their mind on what they were doing. They just added so much to our team, and that was a blessing. We had one afternoon where the men took the children. Put up the first slide. The men took the children, and they did a VBS with the children to give the ladies a chance to come to the ladies' meeting. And this is a group of ladies that we had to find a place where we could have our meeting out of the sun. And we had planned to have it. They had a gazebo at the end of the pier, which was beautiful. We set up out there, but the sun just came and took over the place. And we kept moving closer, but we finally got our chairs set up in a place where we could have a meeting with the ladies. And in this meeting, it was something that was on my heart, to have a meeting with the ladies, to let them know how special that they are. Because sometimes in these countries, the ladies are forgotten, and they tend to the children, and they work so hard. And so we just wanted to minister to them. And we had 20-some ladies to come to our meeting, and out of those 20 ladies, 7 of them were not Christians. And we were able to plant some seeds of salvation there, and to tell them about a personal relationship that they could have with Jesus. And I ask that you would remember these ladies and pray for them, that they would come to know Jesus. And this was a special time for us. Okay, the next slide. This beautiful lady is Carlos' sister, Sandra. And Carlos really had a burden for her, and that she would come to the Lord. And she has 3 children, and they had all come to the Lord. They were all Christians, and her husband. But she was not. And on this trip, the Lord opened up a way for me to talk to her and witness to her. And she was so under conviction. She was ready, and she she gave her heart to the Lord. And picture here is me with Carlos's mother and two of his sisters, and they make me feel really tall because they're so short. And they were the workers there, and they prepared meals for us every day. They cooked this wonderful food for us, and we just couldn't wait to the next meal to see what we were going to have. And it was really, they were really a blessing to us. The next slide you see is go back. The second one there is a picture of the children getting on a boat. The school is about a mile and a half down the shoreline. They have to walk to get to school. And so on this day, one of the fishermen came by and took them on the boat, which was a blessing to them. And this is the school that Christ Cornerstone had bought the desk for, and we were able to go and visit that school. And they were so appreciative to have desks to use. And you see the next one is chickens. Well, this is like gold. I mean, the chickens there are such a blessing to the family. I mean, you know, eggs is such a blessing to have fresh eggs. So every morning these roosters would crow and wake us up. And sometimes it would be very early. But that was a blessing. And then you see the next slide, Haley brings in our working there. Everybody was working. I think there's slides of all of them working, but this was ours. And we were working to get the old paint off so they could paint the building. And everybody worked so hard, and we did painting and cleaning, and the guys did much needed repair. And this was a major accomplishment in that heat. It was very hot, and but it was such a blessing. Okay. And right here, every evening, it was like the Lord just blessed us with these beautiful sunsets. He just painted especially for us. And one day we were out on the pier, at the end of the pier, and these they call them a pod of dolphins, just came swimming by, and they were just jumping out of the water, and we had never seen anything like that. And that was so amazing to us. And we just praise God for blessing us with those beautiful things. And while we were there, we were able to do 4 BDS classes, and we did one class with the women, and also the Dry Creek Baptist Church out of Mississippi, where Teresa went to church. They gave book bags, they personalized book bags for every child in the school with school supplies, and we were able to give those out. That was such a blessing for them. And also we attended service one night in the church where the solar panels were put in, and this helped them to have lights and electricity for the musicians, and that was really a blessing. And every evening and every morning we would have devotions with our team. And it was such a time in God's presence. You could just feel the Spirit of God moving in our devotion meetings, and it was a special time for me. And each team member got to share devotion and things that was on their heart, and we prayed with each other at that time. And in the foyer, I have put together a newsletter. You can pick up one as you start to leave, and there's some pictures of the team if you'd like to look at some of those.
Today during worship, Natasha had us sing "Oh How He Loves Me," and it was like God was just reminding me again, because what stood out to me was how Carlos kept saying, "Michelle, God loves you." It was supposed to be really hot right now, he said, but to me, it was hot. But Carlos said, usually it's so hot that when you step out of the shower, you start sweating. So I was so thankful that God was loving on me. The next day he said, "Michelle, God loves you. We've never seen dolphins here, and God sent them just for you." And I'm telling you, it was beautiful. It was like Animal Planet live. It was just unreal. Okay. The next morning, I got up early and I sat on the dock, just me and God, and I was thanking Him for making me feel so special, for allowing me to see these dolphins. And no sooner had I said that several more dolphins appeared. But that was the last time we saw them the whole trip, but I was really thankful to see those. Okay.
I really felt loved, and I guess he was making up for the horrible boat ride we had to the mission house. It was like 45 minutes being slammed with water nonstop, no lie. We nearly drowned out of the boat. Wanda said if her people could see her now, they would come and get her, and I think I'd have been right there with them. When it was my turn to do VBS, I thought it was going to be inside the church, but instead it was under a shelter. And as I was sitting there, I kind of got overwhelmed. It reminded me of the shelter Larry had built in Nicaragua where he died. And I was wondering if he was looking down at us, smiling. I know he was probably shocked to see me there. But I read the Easter story, and Suzette interpreted it. We made cross necklaces that said he is risen on them. And then I handed out pencils in Spanish that said Jesus loves me. And then the mornings we did most of our work. VBSs were in the afternoon. I really got to know Haley. We had a lot of heart-to-heart talks. And I know sometimes God uses these trips for us to minister to each other just as well as when we go and minister to other people there. Wanda, that was Haley. I think the other one, no. One will be in Wanda. Yeah. Wanda and I painted, and we had lots of laughs about all the adjusting we had to do. Okay. Next one. And I also learned how to use a paint sprayer. It's a lot faster than a paint gun. I mean, a paint brush. But I think I got about as much paint on me as I did the wall. Okay. When we got to Carlos's house, they had a surprise birthday party for me. And I couldn't tell them in Spanish how old I was, so I had to hold up my fingers. Okay. Besides not being able to speak Spanish, there were many things that we take for granted, like hot water, being able to wash with more than one stream of water coming out of the faucet that was the size of a toothpick. Electricity without having to turn generators on. Everybody was really thankful that I had a CPAP machine so we could run fans all night. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been happening. Air conditioning, I miss that. Being able to throw your toilet paper in the toilet instead of the trash can. I mean, I've never seen that before. Wanda she said she had to fish hers out several times. Oh no! Mine just went down. I forgot it was doing. Well, I said I would never go overseas, mostly because I get motion sickness real easy. But God was loving on me, and I never got sick. It was an awesome trip, and I've been asked if I'll ever go back, and I said I probably will if it's in the winter. If there is such a thing.
And several people have asked me about, how Michelle was doing. If I would be able to make phone calls back, and how's Michelle doing? And always I would respond surprisingly well. She really did. I was surprised. And I just want to reiterate what Mama said. So very thankful for everyone who has given to the mission group, and because without your support, we wouldn't be there. Show the next slide. This is a slide of the staircase we had to build. It was deteriorating, and we tore the old one down, and there's David there admiring his work. The next slide is Josiah and David laying out the stairs so it would be nice and level and straight. And if you see the long board laying there, it's not like you can just go down to Lowe's and purchase that. You have to somehow get word down the way, and a guy gets a chainsaw out and cuts a tree down, and the next thing you know, you got these big, long, heavy-duty boards. And so we have to go down by boat down and pick them up. And so we got the stairs completed, and we was kind of proud of that. But the next slide. This is back in where Carlos's mom's his house. Carlos's house is in the city, and in the mornings when you see this guy here coming by, you have to know to stop him. If you want milk that day, that's in the gasoline jug, there's where you get your milk.
Well, I just want to say that I had a great time spending time with my friends and family, and glad that y'all gave and help us to go. I just want to say a short scripture. Jesus wept, and it makes me cry. And I want people like Jesus. Amen. Amen.
Y'all, this was so much fun and such hard work. I did have to go back and get the toilet paper out of the toilet. I was quick enough that I could get the little dry corner before it was completely submerged. I was like, that's several times. Sorry. But, well, that's a nice picture. That's not my picture. That's a great picture. Oh, okay. It's Josiah's picture. All right, so I was so excited about this trip because I've never been out of the country. I've never seen anything but our own United States. And I've just recently been able to see all of those. Not all of them, most of those. And so I was really excited to see the different things that I would encounter. And I found that there were several key differences, but a lot of things were the same. You know, just had some scenery there. Some of the homes were nicer. Some of the homes were very poor. Everyone was on a motorcycle or a moped or a bicycle, just very few cars. That really struck me as different. But there was a mall, the Pradera. That is a mall. And in that, I kid you not, I came across a young Guatemalan woman and she was wearing a Gamecocks t-shirt. I'm not even kidding you. The market comes to you. So this kind of goes along with what Tim was sharing about the milkman. In that first picture, I missed the transaction. I wasn't quick enough with my cell phone. But that lady had, I believe, like fruits and vegetables maybe, or vegetables in that wheelbarrow. And that's Carlos's mama there, Mama Marina, and she went out to check out, to see what she had, to see if there was anything that she would want for that day. The gentleman on the bike, I believe he had fish. And he was riding up and down that street, and he was selling his fish. That's a truckload of pineapples that we got behind on our way back to Guatemala City. And our driver that day spoke only Spanish, but Tim had a translator, so he was having a good time with that. And the driver had a sense of humor. So we saw that the pineapple truck got pulled over by the police. And so Tim asked him, why did the police pull over the guy with the pineapple truck? And he's like, in Spanish, he says, I guess he needed pineapples. So it was interesting. The lady there on the end was selling cashews. Whenever you get stuck in traffic there, the people take advantage of the opportunity. And whenever we would get in traffic, ladies would come out of the woods. They would sing with baskets on their heads or holding things. And in this case, she sold him a bag of cashews. So if they see what needs doing, and they do it. And I thought that was really, really admirable. That's the famous before and after picture. We're not even exaggerating. That boat ride was ridiculous that Friday. I have never in my life had that kind of experience, and for it to go on for so long. And later in the week, Gloria had called and she was FaceTiming, and Michelle was, giving her account of the situation and all her drama and flair. And Gloria's like, let me talk to Wanda. She says, just let me talk to Wanda. And she's like, I'm like, it is exactly as she said it was. It was that bad. She is not even pretending. I never knew. The picture speaks for itself. It was ridiculous. That was the devil, y'all. That was the devil trying to stop something from happening. Okay, so in preparation for going there, I'm fairly adventurous with what I will eat. But mostly I was told to look forward to beans and tortillas. I like beans and tortillas. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So that's in that first slide there. But as you will see, as we look at some food slides, we ate good while we were there. That middle picture, though, back up if you don't mind one more time. That middle picture of Michelle, we stopped at a place after we landed in Guatemala City called Pollo con Perro. I thought they were saying pollo con perro, which is chicken with dog. But it's not like it was. Spoiled con perro, which is like what, farmer chicken? Farmer chicken. I guess it's their Chick-fil-A because I saw several of them while we were down there. But they found out it was Michelle's birthday and they sang to her, just like we did here. And I just thought it was so cool that the same thing was going on down there that was at home. That's tres leches cake. That is some of the food, y'all. That is not beans and tortillas. Now, there was probably some beans and tortillas on every plate, but Carlos's sisters, they fed us so well when we were there. That last slide with the little red bag there, that was nieces? His nieces prepared that for the last VBS that we did in Puerto Barrios. And that bag is juice, and I learned how to drink out of the bag. They did have a lot there. But probably fried plantains with crema, that was my favorite thing. There was just some beautiful food those ladies prepared for us. We ate well. So if you were concerned for us, you knew you had me. That middle slide I love. That's Carlos's mama. She is precious. Most of the people there, they found that I could speak a little Spanish, and they were able to communicate with me by slowing down and repeating themselves for me. I could understand nothing she said to me. But Suzette said, "Don't feel bad, I don't understand much either." But she was precious. And we sat down at a restaurant that day. That was like our one fun day that we had. And she ordered that seafood soup. And she pulled a big old whole crab out of that thing. There was a big old fish laying on the side. She shared it with me. But I'm glad I didn't order that because I wouldn't have known what to do with that. And I would have been embarrassed. And there was some of Carlos's family, his mama, and his brother-in-law, I think. Robbie?
Yes.
When they picked us up at the airport. I fell in love with these people. They were so gracious and so kind, and I felt like a part of the family immediately. That's some of his sisters over in the kitchen doing what they do. They bless us so much. These little ones here, Tonito and Lucia. We asked Lucia what she was doing that day. I think Tim and I were talking with her. She said she was making pasteles, which are cakes. So they make mud pies in Guatemala too, just like the kids here do. There's some more of the kids. The little kids on the far end, that was the day we left Monavique, and they came out there and sat with me, and we sang songs together. We made up little songs in Spanish. I think the Lord sent them to me, because those two particular kids, that's Austin and Luisa, they didn't really have a lot to do with me when I was there. But that last day I was sitting out on the pier by myself, and they came out there and sat with me, and we practiced our numbers and our colors, and we made up a little song about this little bird that we saw. It was a precious little time. Tonito liked using my phone to take selfies. And he also really wants to learn English, and so he would tell me how to say something in Spanish, and he would want me to tell him in English how to say it. The child there whose face is glowing in that third picture, he caught my heart. That was at a VBS in El Cabo. And you can see how intently he is listening to what Suzette is saying. And he just smiled and gave the best hugs, and the Lord allowed Suzette and I to encourage him at the end of that service that day. And he was really humbled. You could tell it really ministered to his little heart. And that's Sonia in the last slide, Carlos's sister. You've already seen some beautiful scenery, and there is some more. And the pictures don't do it justice. That is a beautiful, beautiful place. More beauty. And we were blessed to see that every night. Water in a bag. Okay, so the refrigerator at Carlos's home was stocked with that, and also water bottles. And I stuck to the water bottles for several days until we had no option but to drink the water out of a bag, because I just felt like I was going to make a mess. And I did the first time. But the key is you have to buy a little tiny hole in the corner. And once I got the hang of that, everything was okay. It's a cool way to take in your beverages there. Ministry was fun. Those are snaps of different VBSs that we did. The third one is the one that we did in Puerto Barrios. We had a lot of kids there that day. We made bracelets, so I taught them the salvation message. Suzette helped me to sing some songs with them in Spanish. I was able to do my lesson in Spanish by writing it out ahead of time and practicing it and get Suzette to critique it and everything for me. And it was kind of a weird and humbling experience, because while I'm standing up there teaching it in Spanish, one of the ladies that was there was videoing me with her phone. just struck me as I felt humble and unusual. I don't know if she was like, this lady doesn't look like she should be able to do this, or what it was. If it was like I was a freak show or what, but it was just impressing to me, or impressed upon me, how hungry these people were. They sat through the service. They were attentive. The children, to that one in particular, they came there so well dressed. You could tell they had their best clothes on. Their hair was neat. It was just a beautiful time. And there's the people. In the first slide, that is at the church in Puerto Barrios after our service that day and Bible distribution. And then in the second group, that's the school. Can you find me? I'm in that picture somewhere. I blend in with the wall. My hair's about the same color as the wall. The little girl standing next to me, she kept kind of like looking up at me and kind of leaning toward me like she wanted to hug me or something. So I just finally threw my arm around her and she just leaned into me. It was a sweet moment. These are unusual things you find in Guatemala. That moth, which is huge. You can see it by the side of how big it is next to my hand. The starfish that Tim found when he went diving. Those are bird nests, really weird bird nests up in that tree. And I was fascinated. And the Lord just doesn't love Michelle, He loves me too. Because the whole time we're there, I keep hearing this unusual bird call. And I was like, I want to see that bird. Next thing you know, that tree is full of those birds. I got to see them. I couldn't get a good picture of them. And that is blonde-headed, blue-eyed Jesus in Guatemala. When we were at the mall that night, and I went to a store and I just couldn't believe it. There was European Jesus in Central America, so I thought it was unusual to the picture. So there's just I'm done now. I could not. I was just so many pictures. I wanted to share everything, so I was so excited. There's a couple pictures of me actually doing work. I wanted you to know we did work when we were there. I was using a machete in one of them, and I felt so powerful and strong and brave just saying the word machete. But I had one. I was using it to chip off old paint. That very last picture, though, is in the airport in Guatemala City, getting ready to go home. And I guess the caption for Helen under that would be, "We made it." To God be the glory, and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. They say the picture's worth 1,000 words. But I would say they were more than that. They were the experience that everyone had in Guatemala. And you can see the pictures, but they had experience. They lived the experience there. They did an excellent job. And Dana and David told David that I was kidding about the 10 minutes talking. I told him I was kidding about it. But you know, something I want to tell you that we are improving really, because the first time that we start doing some missions, some trip, we just plan it. We just say, okay, let's buy some stuff in Walmart and take it. And we went to Puerto Barrios, and it was a team, La Suegra, you know who La Suegra is, no? My mother-in-law. And was it Joe there? It was Rochelle and Stephanie as well. And we went to the school and gave school supplies, and we gave clothes. That was right there in Puerto Barrios. And we didn't know about the Manabique yet. And but then other trips that we had, we were sleeping in different kind of, when we went to Puerto Barrios, that trip, we had to send them to different houses to be able to accommodate them. And but now we have a place that we can accommodate a team there in Puerto Barrios. Then we are going to separate them, and also in the house that we paying for. And the God really gave us favor with that man, because he has a better offer than what we offered. That Suzette told him, we don't have money. We like it, but we don't have money. And but he decided to go with us, and he didn't even know us, but he knew that our plan is to help the community. And his The papers is on my name, and everything was on my name without paying him, and it 1 cent. So that's just the favor of God. And so everything is improving, and everyone of the team, they work really hard. Alexandra, she worked really hard. She loves to swim a lot and eat as well. And she enjoys every time that she goes. She's practicing her Spanish and everything else. But and that's me, Alexandra, and my niece. She can sing really good. Her mom, she can sing really good as well. And I want you to pray for her. That her name is what's her name? Gabi. Her name is Gabi, and she needs our prayer. She wasn't Christian before, and she used to sing for God, but then she's away from God now. But God is doing amazing work, even in my family. My nephew, that was last January, no, 2 Januaries ago, and John from 8 Days of Hope, he went with us, and he really had a miserable time. And one day, but God used him to reach my nephew, and when my nephew came to Jesus, and then some other kids and some other his friends, he's been a witness for them, and he used to do drugs. Well, my 3 nephews used to do drugs, and now they go to the church. So God is doing a great thing. God is doing amazing things. Even if you don't see it, we're seeing it there. We're living it there. So God is good, and thank you for everything that you have done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We can never say enough thanks for what you're doing for us, because without you, I don't know. Well, God will make another way, but without you, it will take a little longer, because God always makes a way. Amen. But thank you again. And I don't know if there's anything else you would say. And by next trip, I don't know, whoever the doors are open for whoever wants to go to Guatemala. Always I ask you to when I'm with the pastors, I tell them to pray for the team, because we never know what we're going to face. Times are rough and everywhere, not just in Guatemala, but right here in the States are getting rough as well. Life like that is I say it like this, it's so cheap that if somebody don't like you, they just pay $10 to a kid, and they go and take your life. That's the easy they do. 12 years old, 13 years old kids, they doing that now. And I remember when I was at 12 years old, 15 years old, I was just running in my backyard, playing with kids and everything. And but now it's a different story. And pray for Guatemala as well. Pray for my family for safety, and always pray for the team while we're in Guatemala, because we never know. I never feel any afraid. I never feel any fear. I feel comfortable. I run the whole city, and every time that I stop, there was one time that I stopped where I was running, and I was kind of lost because I lost my way. And then the lady stopped by the store, and I asked for the directions. And she said, from here, because I lost my Guatemala accent. I'm losing my Guatemala accent, and I cannot get a Lorico accent here. So I don't know what I'm going to do. So she said, from here, you need to be careful, because people can hurt you right here. And I said, thank you. I just asked for the directions. In the mornings when I'm back to Paraguay, I like to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and go run. And that's what I do. But God is good, and God protects us this trip, and everyone every one of them, they work really hard. And the money that you trust in us is well spent. And it's really spent. Because everything is gone. Whenever we're coming back, we come with an empty pocket. So it's well spent. And to God be the glory. That God is still doing great things, even when we didn't see it, even when we didn't feel it. He's still doing great things. Amen. And also, I'm gonna say something about Pastor. The solar panels, they were installed, and I don't know if we have a picture with electricity there. No, probably not. Okay, we have the whole the instruments and everything. They were running by solar panels. The pastors on Thursday, several pastors, they donated for that project, and it's installed. And now the church, now the pastor doesn't have to get money to put on a generator and then spend the money. Right now they have solar panels. They don't need electricity. They don't need gas to run the generator. Amen.
Is that at the church?
Yes, that's in the church.
So you all installed solar panels in the church?
Yes.
How did you get solar panels?
Actually, we just pay somebody to a professional, and they came from 45 minutes away, and then started right there. Yes, we just give the money. Yes, but thank you again, and God bless you, you and your family, and your projects, and your house, and your work, and everything that you do. May God bless you. Amen.
Let's give them a big hand.